Abraham and Sarah his wife. There they buried Isaac and Rebekah his wife, and there I buried Leah. The purchase of the field and of the cave that is therein was from the children of Heth. And when Jacob had made an end of commanding his sons, he gathered up his feet into the bed and yeeted up the ghosts,
Mhm.
and was gathered unto his people.
So we just finished a big, deep chapter right here, right? So you can't let nobody convince you that all 12 tribes are nappy hair and dark skin, right? The 12 tribes of Israel, they're dispersed. They look all types of ways. The Most High says we're like a speckled bird, right? When the Most High was giving us Genesis 49, he told us predominantly where we would be at. But before we get into Genesis chapter 50, give me Isaiah 11. Let's start from verse 11. We have Israelites scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. There's still remnants that's in the west coast of Africa, the Igbo, the Yoruba, the Ga-Adambe, the Evre. We have our people in Madagascar, the Mokoa people, the Sidis in the land of Elam, right? And the Afro-Iranians in the mountains of Iran. We have our people that scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, but predominantly the children of Israel is right here in Babylon. Isaiah 11:11.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day.
Right, everybody got it? And
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the idle one shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people,
right,
which shall be left from Assyria
right,
and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea.
right. The Most High is going to be gathering us from all over the four corners of the earth, right? Yes, the 12 tribes chart is going to be revised, right? But predominantly, this is where those people are at, right here in this land. It's prophecy that we will come out of Babylon together, and we will be suffering in this country, Babylon, together, right? But let's go back to Genesis chapter 50.
The book of Genesis, chapter 50, verse 1. And Joseph fell upon his father's face and wept upon him and kissed him. And Joseph commanded his servants, the physicians, to embalm his father. And the physicians embalmed Israel. And 40 days were fulfilled for him. For so are fulfilled the days of those which are embalmed. And the Egyptians mourned for him 60 days. And when the days of his mourning were past, Joseph spake unto the house of Pharaoh, saying, If now I have found favor in your eyes, speak, I pray you, in the ears of Pharaoh, saying, My father made me swear, saying, Lo, I die. In my grave which I have digged for me in the land of Canaan, there shalt thou bury me. Now therefore let me go up, I pray thee, and bury my father, and I will come up again. And Pharaoh said, Go up and bury thy father, according as he had made thee swear. And Joseph went up to bury his father, and with him went up all the servants of Pharaoh, and the elders of his house, and all the elders of the land of Egypt, and all the house of Joseph, and his brethren, and his father's house. Only their little ones, and their flocks, and their herds, they left in the land of Goshen. And there went up with him both chariots and horsemen, and it was a very great company. And they came to the threshing floor of Atad, which is beyond Jordan. And there they mourned with a great and very sore lamentation. And he made a mourning for his father 7 days. And when the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, saw the mourning in the floor of Atad, they said, This is a grievous mourning to the Egyptians. Wherefore the name of it was called Abel Misraim, which is beyond Jordan. And his sons did unto him according as he commanded them. For his sons carried him into the land of Canaan, and buried him in the cave of the field of Machpelah, which Abraham bought with the field for a possession of a burying place. And Ephraim the Hittite before Mamre, And Joseph returned into Egypt,
Mhm.
he and his brethren, and all that went up with him to bury his father. After he had buried his father, and when Joseph's brethren saw that their father was dead,
Mhm.
they said, Joseph, what peradventure hate us?
So after their father died, this is after the ceremony and everything. Now the thing, okay, now Jacob is gone. Now there's gonna be nothing to hold back Joseph from getting payback for what they did to him, for all the misery that they made him go through. Right? Read.
Verse 15. And when Joseph's brethren saw that their father was dead, they said, Joseph will peradventure hate us,
Mhm.
and will certainly requite us all the evil which we had done unto him. And they sent a messenger unto Joseph, saying, Thy father did command before he died, saying, So shall ye say unto Joseph, Forgive, I pray thee now, the trespass of thy
Did
brethren.
Jacob say that before he died? No, because they were shook. Read. Yeah, they were scared. Read.
So shall ye say unto Joseph, Forgive, I pray thee now, the trespass of thy brethren, and their sin, for they did unto thee evil. And now we pray thee, forgive the trespass of the servants of the Most High of thy father. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him, and his brethren also went and fell down before his face. And they said, Behold, we be thy servants. And Joseph said unto them, Fear not, for I am for for am I in the place of the Most High?
Mhm.
But as for you, ye thought evil against me.
He said,
But the
when you had intention to sell me to the Ishmaelites and the Midianites, and eventually to the Egyptians, you wanted evil from me, right? You wanted to do evil unto me. Read.
verse 19, and Joseph said unto them,
Hmm.
Fear not,
Hmm.
for am I in the place of the Most High?
Right.
But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but
Hmm.
the Most High meant it unto good.
Right. The Most High made Joseph go through all those things first 30, 40 years of his life, just so Joseph, at the end of the day, could preserve the whole nation of Israel. Right. The Most High was directing his path. Read.
To bring to mu- to bring to pass as it is this day, to save much people alive. Now therefore, fear ye not, I will nourish you and your little ones. And he comforted them, and spake kindly unto them. And Joseph dwelt in Egypt, he and his father's house.
Hmm.
And Joseph lived 110 years. And Joseph saw Ephraim's children of the third generation.
Hmm.
The children also of Machir, the son of Manasseh, were brought up upon Joseph's knees.
Right.
And Joseph said unto his brethren,
Hmm.
I die,
Hmm.
and the Most High will surely visit you.
The Most High is going to visit them. He said, when I die, the Most High is going to visit you. Because remember, they understood that the Most High was going to have to take them out of Egypt. Give me Genesis 15:13 before we finish it. Genesis 15:13. They already had the breakdown from Jacob. Because remember, Abraham was the first one who understood that they're going to have to go into a land for 400 years, be afflicted, and then the Most High is going to have to take them out. They understood this. Later on, when we read about during Moses' time, our people just lost faith. It's not that they didn't know, they just lost faith. Read that for me.
The book of Genesis, chapter 15, verse 13. And he said unto Abram, Know for a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not
Because
theirs,
Egypt wasn't their land. Read.
and shall serve them,
Mm-hmm.
and they shall afflict them
Mm-hmm.
400 years.
Mm-hmm.
And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge,
Mm-hmm.
and afterward shall they come out.
That they should what?
They shall come out.
This was Joseph was explaining to them before he passed away. Go back to where you was at so we could finish up. He was giving them the breakdown before he passed away.
The book of Genesis, chapter 50, verse 24. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I die, and the Most High will surely visit you, and bring you out of this land, unto the land which he sware to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. And Joseph took an oath of the children of Israel, saying, The Most High will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones from thence.
Right? When you leave here and the Most High deliver you, take my body too and bury me in that land. Read.
So Joseph died, being 110 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and they embalmed him, and he was put in a coffin in Egypt.
Right. So right before we wrap it up right now, did anybody learn anything new about the 12 tribes today? What we learned? What's some tips that we learned? Some fun facts you guys didn't know before. So next time when we go over it, I need to know what I need to stress on next time. What we learned new? What you learned, Dial?
Before all the tribes got to where they was at, the Most High led them there.
Khan.
Because it was already written.
Khan. What about any sisters? Sister Chantel. See, this is why I said Judah's the leadership. We got two Judas raising up their hand first, right?
That's right.
That's spiritual. Mm-hmm. Whenever Levi is counted, when the Most High is like doing a census of the tribes, that's when Ephraim and Manasseh is counted as Joseph. When Levi is not being counted, whenever Levi is counted within the 12 tribes, that's when Ephraim and Manasseh is called the house of Joseph, because they make up one part of, I guess, a half of a tribe. Them together make up the house of Joseph. Khan. So when we go over like the book of Numbers and etc., I know that the chief minister, he's gonna go more into depth into it. But you're gonna notice that all the time. When the Most High do a census, anytime Levi's counted in, Ephraim and Manasseh become Joseph. When Levi's counted out, it's just Ephraim and Manasseh. That's just how the Most High want to write it in the scriptures. We gotta ask them in the kingdom. Anybody else learn something new today? Yeremia and then Yakora. Khan. Yakora. Mm-hmm. Khan. And Shalamaya, you had your hand up, right? Shemai. Shemaika, correct, right? Shemaika, correct?
Shemaika.
Khan.
Who's asking that?
Shalamaya.
Okay.
Khan. He said that he didn't know about Shemaika.
Oh yeah.
That's where the name derived from. I'll pray. Let's give out the Most High round of applause for the portion. Khan, Minister, you have any announcements? Yes. They make up the tribe of Benjamin. When he said Jamaica, it wasn't that's where all the tribe of Benjamins are at. The tribe of Benjamin is at. There's Benjamites in Guyana as well. Right? They make up the tribe of Benjamin. But when you have like places like Bahamas, it's like Benjamin and Levi, because predominantly a lot of Levites fled into Bahamas. Can you add any announcements? I just have two.
Champion State.
The sewing class is going to be from 10 to 12.
You want to get the mic ready?
Shalom, everyone. I believe the sewing class is going to be tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 12, right? And then we're going to be doing rehearsal tomorrow, Karash. From what time? 1? Oh, 3 to 6? Okay. So those things are happening tomorrow at the school. We're preparing for the summit that is coming in the next 4 weeks. So we have a new moon coming up January 24th. So let's not forget that we still need to keep the new moon. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right. I believe that's it.
Just two announcements. After that, we're going to close out.
Right.
Two things. That's it. Two things.
Two things you wanted to mention?
Done. So
okay.
It was brought to my attention, I guess, a week ago and about 2 weeks ago. So I just wanted to make sure everybody's on the same page. You know, the Most High tells us we're supposed to establish order, let everything be done decently in order. So if a brother sees a sister that they want to court or talk to or try to deal with, what's the steps you're supposed to take? And do what? I want somebody else to take it away from there. What are you supposed to do when you bring it to the front? Who are you supposed to speak to? You gotta say it a little louder. From your mouth to the sky to the Most High. Who are you supposed to speak to? The elders. You don't spit game. You get the sister number, and then after that, you speak to the elders. You speak to the elders first. There's order. You understand? We're not in a Christian church no more, right? Sisters, if there's a brother who's trying to talk to you, what does he have to go do first? What he got to do? Does he got to contact you on Facebook and you guys go to Olive Garden? What he got to do first? He got to go talk to who? He got to go speak to the elders, right? So there's no confusion. And yes, sister. Of course, you guys speak because they're here. What if the father's not here? Right? But of course, they got to speak to the father. That's in scriptures. And the second thing is, we already went over the dress code, right? What's unacceptable clothing that a man should not wear in the house of the Most High? Right? I'm gonna let the sisters answer. Right? What else? A man can't wear the dress, right? All right, come on, it's okay. Can a man wear sandals in the house of the Most High? Is he supposed to be wearing a snapback, a hat in the house of the Most High? Is he supposed to be wearing a compression short like he about to go scuba diving? Is he supposed to wear tight jeans in the house of the Most High? So how should a man of the Most High dress? A garment. What else? Fringes. What else? Boots. Dress like a man, right? Now, brothers, how is a woman of the daughter of Zion supposed to dress when they enter the house of the Most High? Modest. What else? Can they wear tight dresses? Can they expose their chest? I guess everybody we catching on. And they got to cover their hair, correct? So just in case we put anybody to the side when we talk to you, don't feel no type of way. It's out of love. It's because of order. We don't want a brother wearing a tight shirt and then his wife looking at him and then there's a whole fight in the middle of the sanctuary, right? Everything got to be done in decently in order. Consist. I'm sorry? Mm-hmm. Con. Of course. They just gotta make sure it's covered when praying and prophesying. Oh, that's all good, sis. It's all good.
Yeah,
You gonna do the prayer?
as you know, we say this because we try to make sure that we establish the order of the Most High. We don't want to have things out of order. People come in and just and just do what they want, free for all. Remember, as women, you supposed to be representing the kingdom too, also. So when someone comes in as new, if they see you come in, you sitting down in the chair, your skirt all the way up to here, right? Your breasts out, and you sitting in here, and you come here all the time. Someone come in new and say, "Oh, that's the way they dress in there. Okay, you ain't gotta wear no fringes. Oh, it's not like these other people, So now they want to copy. You know how Israel is. The same thing with the men. So that's why we always mention about this dress code, because it's very important that we establish this. Con? All right, we're going to set up the closing prayer. She got a question? Somebody? Are the men supposed to have the top of their head uncovered? Yes. Yeah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Who's the power? Who's the power? By Hashem. By Hashem. What are we going to? What are we going to? Abba Yahweh, we come before you in the name of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai to thank you for giving us the Shabbat and peace. For thank you for giving us your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that's written in thy scriptures, Yahweh. For as we see that these wars and rumors of wars arise on this earth, Yahweh, we know that no evil could touch thy anointed, Yahweh. You have chosen us for a reason, Yahweh, to be a nation of kings and priests. And as we show you obedience, Yahweh, show us mercy, Yahweh, as our chosen people. Remember that oath that has given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Continue guiding our people. Watch over all our brethren throughout the four corners of the earth. And that you guide us and protect us throughout the rest of this Shabbat. And that you take our praises as a sweet supplication in thy ears, Yahweh. All this we ask in word and deed. By Hashem, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, the water from Yad. Amen.
Shalom, shalom. So the brother that usually sends up the praise of Shalom, he's out of town right now, but we're going to do it, you know. Like he said, we're going to send up the praise to the Most High. He loved when we send him his praises. So I need everybody to lift up their voices and praise the Most High with me. All right. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Come on. There's no power like Yahweh, great King of the universe, always doing wondrous things. Let all Israel sing again. Sing amen, 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 amen. Hallelujah, 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 amen, 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 amen. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Count it out, count it out. 1,
Abraham,
2,
Isaac,
3,
Jacob,
4,
brothers, wake up
5,
to reality,
6,
nationality.
and hit it. Israel, 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 Israel. Late at night when I'm sleeping and my spirit starts to creeping in my bones. In my bones, in my bones, in my bones. Count it out again. Count it out again. 1,
Abraham,
2,
Isaac,
3,
Jacob,
4,
brothers, wake up
5,
to reality,
6.
nationality.
Hit it. Israel, 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 Israel. Late at night when I'm sleeping and my spirit start to creeping in my bones, in my bones, in my bones, in my bones. Hallelujah, hallelujah. When I get to heaven, people gonna say,
People gonna say,
how'd you earn your living?
learn your living,
And how'd you earn your pay?
how you earn your praise.
And I replied with a little bit of anger.
I replied with a little bit of anger.
I earn my living as an Israelite ranger.
Earn my living as an Israelite ranger.
I carry my Bible by my side.
I carry my Bible by my side.
Gonna carry my Bible to the day I die.
Gonna carry my Bible to the day I die.
Israel, Israel. Hallelujah. 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 Praise his name. Hallelujah. Praise his name. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
All praises be to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We're holding on the summit next month. Please come through. Check out our commercial for the summit. Shalom.